I joined 5 Squadron as it was being formed under Jack Frost as OC, and I was with him for a very short time because I'd gone off on leave, and when I came back again I found that my roommate was no longer there, very nicely made up bed, and went to see the adjutant, who told me that 13 of us had been chosen to go up north and fill up the gaps in the various squadrons, which I did. And so by the time we last 3 got there, the other 10 had already filled the squadron, so they decided to send us to an OTU in Khartoum, near the junction of the Blue and the White Nile. We were there for about a month, and that's where we carried on flying Harvards and went on to Hurricanes. And in those days it was rather strange because they were flying Vic formation, which subsequently went out because you spent most of your time trying to keep position, and until they went on to either the box 4 or the finger 4 as it was called. So we were there for about a month. Hot as hell it was, and we were on wooden frame beds with very rough mattresses, and we used to sleep outside most of the time. We would get up in the morning, do PT, and then there'd be quite a break because it was so hot, and then we'd fly again in the afternoon. So we flew morning. When the heat got too much, then, and it really could get very hot there. I've known of people who've leant on the fuselage, a metal part of a Hurricane, and actually burnt themselves because it really did get hot there. So we were there for a month, and it was very interesting. We learnt the basics of fighter attacks and survival, really, at that stage. Yes, we did some target shooting. We didn't do any bombing, we did some target shooting. We did a couple of cross countries. We did a bit of night flying, but mostly it was day work.
And formation flying.
Formation flying, yes. You flew in VIX of 3, and as I say, you spent most of your time looking. And then at the end of that period, we went back up to Cairo. An interesting thing I found, we flew down in one of the old Imperial Airways flying boats, and from Aswan Dam. And on my way there, the skipper, who happened to be a naval officer, came down to me and asked him if I'd like to join him on the bridge as opposed to join him in the cockpit, which was a bit of an eye-opener. I didn't realize there was that difference between the services. Anyway, we came back on Nile boats. That was very interesting because they moved only in the daytime because they could see where the sandbanks were. Nighttime they just anchored. And it was very, very pleasant indeed, because you've got quite a number of bedrooms in this little lot, and it was luxury travel, really. And so I got back to Cairo, and Hannes Forer and I were posted to 74 Squadron, which was an RAF squadron. We were there for about a fortnight. They said we were gaining experience, but we never flew with them. They were a night fighter squadron on Hurricanes, and squadron leader Ward was their OC, a very nice man. So we were there for just 10 days to a fortnight, and then I was called to one squadron.